Have you ever come home from a funeral and felt different? The air feels heavier. The warmth of your house seems to fade, replaced by a strange stillness that you can't quite explain. Maybe your pet stares at an empty corner of the room, or you wake up at 3 a.m. for no reason, your mind racing, your chest tight. Most people dismiss that feeling. They say, "I'm just tired from the funeral. It's all in my head." But what if it isn't? Across centuries of Eastern spiritual science, there's an ancient belief, and I've seen it proven time and time again, that funerals are not just about saying goodbye. They are a crossing point, a moment where the boundary between the living and the dead becomes dangerously thin. The air, the incense, the tears, all of it carries emotional and energetic residue. And if you're not careful, that energy can attach itself to you and follow you home. I'm Master Shou, a Funue energy expert who has spent more than 20 years researching how death energy interacts with living spaces. My work bridges old world wisdom with modern understanding of how emotion, energy, and environment shape human life. Today, I'm going to reveal something that almost no one talks about. The one everyday item you must never bring home after a funeral. It looks harmless. You've probably done it before. But that one act can open a doorway, allowing heavy, stagnant energy to seep into your home. The kind that slowly drains joy, health, and even financial stability from your family, until you can't recognize why life suddenly feels off. In this video, I'll show you what that forbidden item is, why it carries such dangerous energy, and how to perform a simple yet powerful cleansing ritual to protect your home from unseen harm. Stay with me until the end, because missing this could mean letting something dark cross your threshold tonight. Part 1. The hidden mistakes people make after a funeral. Before we talk about the forbidden item itself, you need to understand this first. It's not always what you bring from a funeral that causes the problem. Sometimes it's what you do right after it's over. Most people think once they leave the cemetery, the funeral is behind them. But in Funue, the ancient study of funeral energy, that moment, the hours right after the ceremony, is when the veil between two worlds is still open. What you choose to do next decides whether you carry light or bring something heavy back with you. Here are 3 of the most dangerous, yet incredibly common mistakes people make after attending a funeral. 1. Going straight home after a funeral. It's the easiest habit in the world. The service ends, you pay your respects, maybe shed a tear, and then you head straight home. It feels natural, comforting even, to return to your space after such an emotional day. But spiritually, that's the moment you're most vulnerable. Your body and aura are still saturated with the energy of grief, the incense smoke, the cries, the sound of mourning. Whether you realize it or not, that energy clings to you like invisible dust, and when you walk through your front door, you carry it inside. In Funue, your home is not just walls and furniture. It's an energy nest, a living field that mirrors the emotions of the people inside it. When heavy funeral energy enters that space, it slowly begins to settle. At first, you might not notice anything, but soon small things start to shift. Arguments that erupt for no reason, sleepless nights, pets avoiding certain rooms, or just a strange heaviness that lingers in the air. That's how negative energy works. Quiet, invisible, but persistent. How to prevent it? After a funeral, never go directly home. Take a detour. Stop by a cafe, walk through a busy street, or visit a temple or church to light a candle. The movement itself, the sound, the people, the living energy, helps clear away what you absorbed. Think of it as shaking off the emotional dust before bringing it inside. Even a 10-minute pause can make a world of difference. 2. Hugging or holding children right after a funeral. It's one of the most innocent mistakes a parent or relative can make. You come home after a sad day, you see your child, your little source of light, and your first instinct is to hold them tight. You crave comfort. But in Funue, that instinct, though deeply human, is spiritually risky. Children, especially newborns and toddlers, are made of pure young energy, bright, clear, and incredibly sensitive. Their energetic field is still soft, unprotected, and open. When you come back from a funeral, your energy is the opposite, heavy, yin, and burdened by grief. When those two forces collide, the child absorbs part of that imbalance. You'll notice it in subtle but real ways. The baby becomes fussy for no reason, refuses to sleep, cries through the night, or starts looking distant, as if something is weighing on them. Doctors might call it overstimulation or stress, but spiritually, their pure energy has been compressed by yours. How to protect them? When you return from a funeral, give yourself time before you embrace a child. Change your clothes. Wash your face and hands with warm water, maybe add a pinch of salt. Sit quietly. Breathe. Let your emotions settle. Smile again. Not just on your face, but in your energy. Children can sense more than we can explain. A hug should transfer peace, not heaviness. 3. Visiting someone else's home right after a funeral. This one surprises most people. Maybe you're on your way home and decide to stop by a friend's house, or you drop in to see a relative. It feels polite, even comforting. But in energy science, it's one of the biggest taboos. Every home carries its own energy signature, shaped by the people, memories, and emotions inside. When you bring the contrasting energy of a funeral into someone else's space, it can cause what Funue calls an energy clash. The host might not know you came from a funeral, but they'll feel it. They might grow uneasy, restless, or simply off. And if that home shelters someone vulnerable, a newborn, a pregnant woman, or a sick person, the effect can be even stronger. Their personal energy fields are fragile, easily disturbed by external vibrations. That's why ancient wisdom always warned, don't step into another person's home right after attending a funeral. The respectful choice: go home first. Cleanse yourself, physically and energetically. Let your body return to balance. Only then visit others. Even if you mean no harm, carrying the energy of loss into another household can subtly alter their peace, like a single discordant note in an otherwise gentle melody. If you absolutely must visit for an emergency or obligation, be honest. Let them know you came from a funeral and ask permission. Awareness itself is a form of respect. The truth behind these mistakes: these habits seem harmless, but they open small doors that let in stagnant emotional energy that doesn't belong in your living space. Funue isn't superstition, it's awareness. Every moment of contact, where you go, who you touch, where you rest, leaves an energetic imprint. When we learn to move with mindfulness after a funeral, we close those doors gently before anything unwanted follows us inside. Part 2. The forbidden item. The clothes you wore to the funeral. So what is the one thing you should never bring home after a funeral? It's not a flower from the casket. It's not the program or the photo. It's your clothes. Yes, the very outfit you wore to the service. In Funue, your clothing is considered your second skin, a layer of energy that absorbs everything around you. Every scent, every emotion, every vibration in the air leaves an imprint. At a funeral, the air is saturated with grief, sorrow, and the energy of parting. Your clothes soak it up like a sponge. When you return home wearing them, that energy doesn't just vanish. It lingers, quietly merging with the atmosphere of your house. You might not notice it right away, but over the next few days, you'll begin to feel it. The air grows heavy. The mood shifts. Family members become irritable for no reason. Children cry more often. The elderly feel unusually tired. Even pets may act restless or avoid certain corners of the home. It's not about ghosts or superstition. It's about energy memory. Just as our brains remember emotional experiences, our environments do too. The clothes you wore to a funeral carry the emotional frequency of that moment. And when you bring that vibration into your living space, it disrupts the harmony your home naturally holds. That's why Funue teaches that funeral clothes have served their purpose and should never cross back into your daily life. They belong to the ceremony, to the space of farewell, not to the place of the living. Letting go of them isn't superstition, it's an act of respect. It's a way of closing the emotional door on grief and allowing your home to breathe freely again, filled only with light, warmth, and peace. Part 3. How to cleanse and release funeral energy. If you've ever felt emotionally heavy after attending a funeral, you're not imagining it. That weight, the quiet sadness that clings to your body and your home, is real. In Funue, we call it mourning energy, and it must be gently washed away before it settles too deep. Here are 4 simple but powerful steps to purify yourself and restore balance after leaving a funeral. Step 1. Change your clothes and wash them separately. The first and most important step is to remove everything you wore to the funeral. Don't toss those clothes into your regular laundry, keep them apart. Funue teaches that clothing holds emotional residue, like a soft recording of the energy around it. At a funeral, that energy is grief, dense and sorrowful. When washed together with your everyday clothes, it can transfer that heaviness to the rest of your wardrobe. To neutralize it, soak the garments in warm water mixed with sea salt or ginger. Both are natural cleansers that restore energetic neutrality. If the ceremony felt especially heavy, consider donating or discarding the outfit entirely. Some energy is simply better left behind. Step 2. Cleanse your body with salt or herbal water. The body too needs cleansing beyond the physical. Take a shower or bath using water infused with lemongrass, ginger, mugwort, or pomelo leaves. These herbs are known across many cultures for breaking stagnant energy and restoring vitality. If you don't have time for a full bath, even washing your hands, feet, and face with salt water helps. As the water flows over you, imagine it carrying away sadness and restoring your natural lightness. This isn't superstition. It's energetic hygiene. You're washing away emotional dust, not just physical dirt. Step 3. Purify your home with incense or resin smoke. Once you've cleansed yourself, cleanse your space. Burn incense, sandalwood, or frankincense resin and walk slowly through your home. Focus especially on dark corners, closets, and near the entrance. The purpose isn't to chase away spirits, it's to rebalance your home's frequency. The smoke acts as a gentle reset, neutralizing heavy air and restoring flow. As you do this, open your windows. Let the old energy escape and invite new, fresh air in. You'll often notice an immediate change. The air feels lighter, you're breathing easier. That's the sign your home is returning to harmony. Step 4. Ground yourself through prayer or positive affirmation. Finally, seal the process with intention. You don't need to belong to any religion. What matters is sincerity. Stand quietly, place your hand over your heart, and say softly, "I choose peace. I release sorrow. I welcome light and calm into myself and my home." These words are more than sound. They realign your personal energy field. When you speak peace, your environment begins to mirror it. Mourning rituals mark endings. Cleansing rituals mark beginnings. By taking these steps, you're not denying grief. You're respecting the balance between life and death, darkness and light. Your home deserves to be a place of warmth and renewal, not a vessel for lingering sadness. And when you honor that, you invite peace to stay, long after the last prayer has faded. Part 4. Cleansing and renewing the energy of your home. Once you've released the funeral energy from yourself, it's time to refresh the space around you, your home, your sanctuary. Energy moves like air. When it stagnates, everything begins to feel heavy. But when it flows freely, the atmosphere becomes light, warm, and alive again. Here are a few simple, time-tested ways to restore harmony inside your home. 1. Open your windows to invite light and fresh air. Start by letting nature do the first cleansing. Open every window, even for just a few minutes. Allow sunlight and wind to flow through every corner. In Funue, this is called awakening the breath of the house. Light represents yang energy, warmth, vitality, and clarity. As it enters, it pushes out the stagnant yin energy that lingers after grief or sadness. 2. Light a candle to rekindle warmth. Fire is transformation. Burn a white candle, or even better, a beeswax candle. Both are symbols of pure, life-giving energy. As the flame burns, imagine it absorbing any shadow that remains and turning it into light. One candle in a quiet room can shift the entire emotional temperature of a space. 3. Use sound to break up heavy energy. Sound is one of the oldest cleansing tools. Ring a small bell, clap your hands in the corners, or play gentle, high-frequency music. These vibrations shake loose what is stagnant and awaken the energy of the room. You'll often feel the difference, as if the air itself begins to breathe again. 4. Let salt absorb what light cannot tame. If there's a specific area that feels dense or off, place a small bowl of sea salt there overnight. Salt naturally absorbs heavy vibrations. In the morning, throw it away, outside your home. It's a quiet yet powerful ritual of release. Finally, stand still and speak softly to your space. Only light and peace live here. Words have power. When spoken with intention, they anchor harmony into the walls around you. And that's how a house becomes a home again, clear, calm, and filled with life. Final message: the energy of letting go. Avoiding funeral taboos isn't about superstition, it's about awareness. When you understand energy, you begin to see that every object, sound, and action carries a vibration. Respecting those vibrations isn't fear, it's mindfulness. It's how we honor both life and the spaces that protect it. Funue, the ancient art of funeral energy, isn't something distant or mysterious. It begins with simple, conscious acts: changing your clothes after a funeral, cleansing your home with salt and light, or simply pausing to breathe peace back into your surroundings. These are gestures of respect, not only for those who have passed, but for the life that continues. Every funeral marks an ending, yes, but it also offers a quiet opportunity for transformation. It's a moment to let go of what no longer serves you, to renew your heart, and to move toward light once again. And as I always remind my students, I choose stillness, clarity, and peace as the guiding energies of my home. If this message resonated with you, if you believe that energy, respect, and light belong in every home, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Join me, Master Shou, as we explore more ways to protect your spirit, balance your space, and live with mindful energy, one ritual at a time.